Ryan. Hello, my name is Arun Jacob, and I'm a licensed immigration advisor based in the beautiful city of Hamilton, New Zealand. And joining me are my colleagues, Shantanu Jalpesh and Neil De Beer. We are the senior team in AJV Global. That's the name of our company. We are a company that is entirely focused on helping people to move to New Zealand from different parts of the world. We have been in this business for 20 years, and I had the good fortune of starting this company and help a lot of brilliant people from around the world to come to New Zealand and become part of this beautiful country that we all call home now. So by the way, we are all based in New Zealand. So myself and my colleagues, we're all based in New Zealand. And as I said, we are a pretty big team. We are 30 odd people, but this is the senior team that deals only with a particular visa called the entrepreneur work visa, which is a visa meant for people to come and set up businesses here in New Zealand. And through that process, not only create a very successful business, but also be able to get their own residence, permanent residence, and eventually citizenship in New Zealand for themselves and their family. So that is going to be the agenda of this particular webinar today. But the entrepreneur work visa is one of those beautiful pathways into New Zealand, which allows you to come and set up a business here and run it successfully and also create a future for your own families. Strangely enough, there is not an age limit on it. So although you get points for age and other factors, like your senior management experience or your self-employment, but post 60 as well, you could consider coming in, setting up a business here in New Zealand. It's just that you will not get points for your age if you've crossed 60 years. But if your investment is high, then you can make those points up in other areas. Also, how many people you employ here in New Zealand once you set up a business here. And that's really the reason why the government of New Zealand came out with this particular product called the entrepreneur work visa. Why? Because what does New Zealand's need? New Zealand wants all your successful people from different parts of the world to come into this country, establish businesses with your investment, with your expertise, with your background, with your knowledge, and create local employment for our citizens and residents. So obviously they'll check to see that your health is good, your background is good in terms of no legal cases pending and stuff like that. And also they will want to see what is your business idea, what is it you want to establish here, which city you want to establish it in here, because you also get more points if you set up your business outside our main city called Auckland. So the government is also trying to decongest Auckland. So they want people to go into the smaller cities, like where I am, for instance. I'm in a city called Hamilton right now. In fact, Shantanu Jalpesh we are all from Hamilton, and Neil is based in a city called Tauranga. From Srikant. And Srikant, first and foremost, thank you for joining this webinar. Welcome. And you might have taken the first proper step towards New Zealand by joining us, and we are very thankful for that. You're right. I have 17 years of work experience in IT, looking for NZ work visa PR. So how to get the same? Can I get help in this regard? Not sure. Is it a right podium? Okay, good question, Srikant. Like I said, New Zealand is looking for every kind of a migrant. It's not just business people, because that will be applicable for an entrepreneur work visa. But even your background, you have 17 years of experience in IT and information technology is in our skills shortage area here in New Zealand. It's also in something called the identified. It's one of our identified future growth areas as a country. So information technology, biotechnology, and creative industries, which will include film, television, journalism, 3D animation, and those kinds of things, is our third identified future growth area. So if you have 17 years of work experience in IT and you're looking for a work visa or residence in New Zealand, there can be many pathways, Srikant. I don't know if you want to come here and just pick up a job and work, and then work towards residency, or you haven't mentioned whether you want to come only on work or whether you want to come and start a business here. And with 17 years of experience, you can potentially in a position to even start a business. Depends, of course, on your investment capacity and if you have a good business idea. But we can only do more analysis if you, Srikant, are able to share more details with us. So send us an email to info@ajvglobal.com, and that will then come to the right person. If you're saying that email saying that, oh, I'm not looking to set up a business, I'm only coming to find work opportunities, or then there is a separate team that will look into that. Like I said, we are the senior business team. We like to deal with our clients who are working towards a business idea. But then once we get your details, Srikant, and please make sure your CV has your qualifications, your age, your contact number, your contact email ID. Share some information about your family as well. If you're married, tell us something about your spouse. If you have kids, give us some information about it. Soon as we receive that, one of us will get in touch, the most appropriate team. If you say, yeah, I'm interested to set up a business, then we will talk to you. But if you say, no, I'm not interested to set up a business, I just want to come and explore my future work opportunities in New Zealand, then there's a separate team which will look into it. One way or the other, we will get in touch with you, Srikant, answer those questions. So there's a very good question from Rachna. It says, is it easy to start a business in New Zealand? Great question. Very good question. Please ask us questions like that in this forum. We'll gladly answer any question. So can one of my colleagues talk about why it's easy to start a business in New Zealand?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to assist, Arun. I think first and foremost, what makes it so easy to start a business in New Zealand is the less red tape. There's not a lot of red tape. There's not a lot of bureaucracy. You can open up bank accounts. In fact, I know that you can register a business in New Zealand within 1 day, and you go onto the website, you put in all your details, you launch a business, you name your business, you get your ILD numbers in place, and it literally takes a day, maybe two at most. So my experience and my view to open up a business, very, very simple. New Zealand must be known for one of the countries of the ease of doing business, simple.
Yeah, good point, Neil. And that ease of doing business is not something that New Zealand talks about it by itself. So every year, the World Bank conducts a survey globally, and it determines which countries are the easiest to start a business. And that is called the Ease of Doing Business report from the World Bank. And there we go. Alvin has already pasted it there. Alvin, if you can also paste our current ranking. We're always in the top 2 or 3. I don't know what our rank is right now. It's been a while since I checked. But New Zealand is always in the top 2 or 3 countries easiest to start a business. Like Neil said, by the time this webinar is over, you guys can actually incorporate a company in New Zealand. All you need is, a little process and a credit card, and, you're up and running. So no red tape, no nothing. So ease of doing business, World Bank ranks us very high. Second thing you should all be aware of, especially, Alvin just says New Zealand is consistently ranked first in the world for ease of doing business. So the answer, Rachna, is yes, it's very, very easy to set up a business in New Zealand. Looks like we've done rather well for today. And the last thing I want to tell about, before we wind up, we're already about 45 minutes into the session. So like I said, ladies and gentlemen attending this session, obviously we can't discuss and describe everything in this session. So I said the whole idea and the point of this session is for you to get interested, get excited, reach out to us for a free follow-on session.